Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, MJ.
Oh my gosh, you're way more... Okay, you said that you're not awake, and that's a lie. You're way more awake than I am.
Oh man, I'm a little bit more awake. I have a shower on you. That's all I have.
You probably... Did you eat?
That sounds terrible. I have a shower on you. No, I have not eaten yet.
Okay. Well, you have a shower and a certain beverage on me.
Hold on.
So, you have multiple things on me.
I'm gonna go golfing today. True. Hey, it's vacation,
There you go.
so we're clawing the law. Hey man, T-minus 8 days.
Oh, yes.
T-minus 8 days. Oh, well, first of all, hello everybody. Welcome back to another edition
Hello.
of Third on Thursdays. It's gonna be another great day. Puppies are annoying me. And life is good, but 8 days until it's official that I am off the market, ladies. I am sorry, but this bald-headed, receding hairline, scruffy hair, jackassian, immature douchebag of a guy is off the board. So I apologize. Yeah. I apologize. It's okay, sweetie. But yeah, man, everything's going okay though. It's very stressful, very crazy. But it's okay though. How are you?
I am exhausted. I worked last weekend, which feels like forever ago. There was a country concert in Peoria.
Oh yeah, you said that. Oh, it was the Florida Georgia line.
Yeah, Sam Hunt Jump Party.
Yeah. How was it?
It was a lot of fun, and I worked the whole thing. So it was like 30 hours in 3 days.
How was the turnout for it? Was there a lot of people?
Yeah, there were like 25,000 people the first day.
Wow.
There were a lot of people.
Was it inside?
It was outside. So then today, so I worked that Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Right.
Sunday, I do my baseball league.
I'm going to do my baseball league.
And then Monday, shut up, Bruce. Monday, I think I worked. I don't even know. And then Tuesday, I worked outside, which is how I got Sunday.
You got a nice little tan. Look at you. Look at Hey, you got a license for those guns?
No.
No? Ooh, that's illegal.
Yeah. So I'm literally wearing this right now because I have to work later.
Okay.
And it's going to hurt to have sleeves on for 6 hours. So I'm wearing this because I didn't want to have sleeves
Why are you... Okay, so... And this is the honest truth. This isn't me just bullshitting for being on this. But that being said, you were one of the smartest people that I probably had to encounter during the course of my tenure with around kids and around high schoolers and basically your age group. You're one of the smarter, more commonsensical people.
Yes.
Is that a word? Commonsensical people that I talk to and and all that jazz. So that being said, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
What do you mean?
Put on some sunscreen.
Oh, there wasn't any in the store.
Oh, fair.
I looked. There wasn't. It showed up later in the day. I don't know where it was.
Someone probably brought it because they saw how you looked.
I sure hope so. I really hope so.
All right, sorry. I just had to post that we're live.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
I know. I probably should have done that a long time ago, but I like to do things off the cuff and just randomly, and that's usually how I roll. Hey, so let's just jump right in, huh? What do you say?
Yeah. What do you want to talk about first?
I want to spend as little time as possible on this. As little time as possible.
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul fight. All right. I did not buy that shit. There was part of me that wanted to because I wanted to see Mayweather. Well, hear me out. I wanted to see Mayweather knock out a YouTuber that just continuously talks shit. And
yeah,
it didn't happen. It's I think Mayweather's 44, and
he's old. Yeah.
Ooh, hey, Chick-fil-A. If you see MJ drinking a Chick-fil-A cup, please sponsor us.
I work
And,
for them. It wouldn't be that hard.
ooh, that'd be sweet. But anyway, watching. So I didn't pay for that fight. I watched it illegally. Question mark. I watched it on TikTok. Whatever.
Of
Um,
course you did.
whatever, dude. Anyway, I was gonna pay $50 for a pay per view. Like, anyway, the next one I want to see his brother versus Woodley. But anyway, I digress. So according to this Bleacher Report article, uh, so the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather fight sold for roughly 1 million pay-per-view buys. So 1 million pay-per-view. So they basically made $50 million.
Yeah,
That's insane.
and that
For
doesn't take into account everything at the arena
Right, exactly.
and all the TV
So
sponsorships. Yeah,
I was really hoping that I would see Logan Paul get his ass knocked out. I really was, but unfortunately, it did not happen. Although there is some conspiracies out there, I can't remember what round it was in,
I saw
but
that.
yeah, there was in one round. It looked like Floyd Mayweather hit him with a jab just right to the jaw, just like dink, and he Paul was out. He was out, and then Mayweather held his ass up. But I will say it was kind of funny watching that fight because it looked like it was like Rey Mysterio versus like Andre the Giant. Because
I don't understand what you just said, but okay.
come on, okay, so Rey Mysterio versus Andre the Giant. That's goes without saying. He's a very tall gentleman.
Right.
Wrestling, whatever. And then Rey Mysterio was a very short guy, like a lightweight. So watching Floyd Mayweather and watching Logan Paul go at each other, it was a very tall guy versus a very short guy, and you could totally tell that Floyd Mayweather is he still has it in a way because like he's still able to he's quick, he's so quick,
Yeah.
and he just all he does is dodge everything. Logan Paul, I liked his aggressiveness in the early rounds, but like, dude, you're not a boxer. I'm sorry. Like, you train like a mug. Like, he'll whoop my ass. I'll totally say that. I will totally go on the record and say he will whoop my ass. However, at the same time, watching him against Floyd Mayweather, it was just you could see it was a boxer versus just a scrapper. Hey,
That's
relax.
true.
Sorry, I'm talking to my puppy right now.
That's
She's
okay.
whining at me. Um, but no, it was okay though. It was like I'm glad I didn't buy it. I'm glad I wasn't those poor saps that ended up paying the $50 to watch the pay per view. I'm glad I didn't do it. Did you watch any of it or no?
No, I watched the clips that came out on Twitter.
Gotcha.
I was
Yeah, no.
I was I think I had just gotten off work, so I was paying attention to Twitter and their reactions, but I don't really care about boxing in general.
I know it's so sad because
So,
you're a younger generation. That's why.
well, I don't even think I would care normally.
I don't know.
Um,
Like if Mike Tyson was still like doing his like back in the day type stuff, I think you might.
Not really. It just doesn't entice me.
What about UFC? Do you watch UFC?
No, I don't watch any of that.
Mm,
To me, I mean, it's hard for me to get behind something that happens so rarely and like be dedicated to it. Like, if I was sitting down with the boys, I'd watch a fight, but
that's fair.
I'm not going to stop something else that I'm doing or like prioritize watching a UFC or Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight. I more appreciate the marketing and the entertainment and the social media presence of it than the actual fight itself,
Okay, that's fair.
which is
So
why
the
I'm
next
majoring what
fight.
I'm majoring in.
So the next fight. So the next fight that I'm actually going to, I'm really considering buying this fight and having people over,
Oh boy.
socially distanced or whatever, or make sure they're vaxxed. That's whatever the fuck it's called now. But I'm really considering doing this because seeing the Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley fight,
Yeah, you want to see
like
Jake Paul get knocked out?
yes, 100%. I want to see one of these YouTubers just get freaking like
Honestly, I would much rather see Jake Paul get knocked out than Logan. I've been impressed by, Logan legitimately has trained for boxing. He's nowhere near close, but he is trying to take the sport seriously. He has
Right.
to do all the BS to make money so that he can, talk crap against Mayweather. That's what he has to do to make money. But I do think, from his days getting in trouble on YouTube, he's grown up a little bit. His brother is not.
So there's an article posted for the weigh-in or the face-off promotion for we're spending way too much time on this, but but the Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley fight, they
Yeah.
did a off, recently, and according to I don't know, hey, givemesport.com, I'm giving you guys props right now, but the article says Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. YouTuber looks petrified of MMA star in face-off. Yeah, no shit, he looks petrified. He should look petrified because that dude is an absolute tank. He's a beast.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch a Paul fighter finally get knocked out on August 28th. And what is it? Today is June 10th. I'm already talking shit at 11:13 a.m. drinking my White Claw, freaking just pumped right now, saying right now that Jake Paul is going to get his ass whooped by Tyron Woodley. I'm just going to say that right now. And we can move on from there. So,
Okay.
unless you want to do something from that.
Okay, what I want to move on is something that you brought up that now that I have processed it about 30 minutes later pisses me off. I don't know where you saw it. I don't really care. The concept that people are saying
I know you're going
that
with this.
Rudy Gobert is one of the most impactful, if not the most impactful defenders in all-time NBA basketball. I'm sorry. Have you met this man named Shaquille O'Neal? I'm sorry. Have you met
Dikembe Mutombo?
Even
Hakeem Olajuwon,
Bill Russell, David Robinson. Like, even I'll give you Dennis Rodman if you give me Draymond Green. Like,
yes, I agree with that.
The fact that Draymond Green only has one Defensive Player of the Year and Gobert has 3.
Ben Wallace made a whole NBA career off of defense.
Exactly. Ben Wallace was exactly what Gobert is, but better.
He's getting that. Jason Kidd was actually a good defender too.
All right, you can't. Best defensive player of all time will not ever be a point guard, unless Ben Simmons.
We'll say David Robinson. How about David Robinson?
I'll give you that. Yeah, I already said it, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Kawhi Leonard.
That's okay. Oh yeah.
He's not. He's a guard though.
Kawhi, he's a forward.
Forward guard. He can play a 2 spot.
That's true, but he can guard all the way up to the 4.
True.
So, I don't know. I understand Gobert is really good at blocks, but he can't really switch onto the perimeter for the most part. I know he had that block on Morris the other night to end the game, which that was more of a stupid shot by Morris than a good defensive play by Gobert. Like, he got absolutely crossed over and then recovered because he's 6'11". Like,
so real quick, you've led into this, and I wanna go general right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk. So the NBA came out with their all their awards basically.
Yes.
Okay, so as bad as it sounds, all their meaningful awards, and I love it. I actually think the people that won, including Gobert, deserve to win it. I do. But what's interesting, though, the one interesting person that of all the award winners that I find, like, I love him, don't get me wrong, and you know this, Tom Thibodeau. Yeah. I love Coach of the Year for the New York Knicks. Love the guy. I pushed, for the platform that I have. I pushed for the Bulls to go after him and get him. Not that I'm disappointed in Billy Donovan, but anyway, I digress. How long is that? How long do you think that relationship with Tom Thibodeau and the New York Knicks is going to last? Because I was
not long.
I was exchanging text messages with buddies of mine, and I was like, "Oh, Tom Thibodeau, Coach of the Year," and responses were, "Yep, great season coach, kicks the shit out of his players, gets the most out of his players, but doesn't win in the playoffs.
So, interestingly enough, on that note, Rudy Gobert is first in the NBA in defensive win shares by almost an entire win share, which is a lot. Do you know who number 2 and 3 are?
Ben Simmons.
Julius Randle and Nerlens Noel.
Really? Well, that doesn't surprise me though, because
2
how
and 3.
Thibodeau coaches.
And then RJ Barrett is 13.
Jeez.
It's fascinating.
That's what he does, but that's what he does though. His defensive schemes are amazing. The work ethic that he instills in his players. Not to say that like they didn't have it before because they're NBA players.
Right.
But dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, Tom Thibodeau is able to get the most out of his players during the course of an 82 game season. Whether it works in the playoffs is still been determined, or still to be determined. Excuse me. I don't know. So anyway, so most improved. So since you brought him up, Julius Randle, most improved player over Jeremy Grant and Michael Porter Jr. I don't know, man. Like, he should get it. He should get it. But I really like what I saw from Michael Porter Jr. after his after the surgery, after being drafted. Like super low, not super low, but comparatively speaking to what his potential draft spot could have been if he wasn't hurt.
I think there needs to be a comeback player like the NFL. Because that would be Michael Porter Jr.
Agree.
Michael Porter Jr. would be the comeback player of the year. He had spinal surgery. He was supposed to be the first overall pick. He got drafted 15th instead. Like, coming out of high school, he was the consensus number 1, and there was no question. It was Michael Porter Jr., and then who's number 2. So, no. He would be comeback player of the year. I don't think he was most improved.
All right, so getting away from this a little bit, what would you name the comeback player of the year trophy? Like, would you just call it comeback player of the year? Who would be the player that you would name it after?
Well, first of all, the NFL trophy needs to be named after Alex Smith.
100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. So NBA comeback player of the year.
Kobe.
Why Kobe? I actually think that the MVP. Oh, it's already built. Well, they already named the All-Star MVP trophy after Kobe.
I don't care. Give him 2.
Fair.
I mean, didn't he tear his Achilles and then come back and still have an MVP season? Or am I thinking of...
I gotta double check on it, to be honest with you. I don't know. But no, it'd be interesting.
Give it to Kobe. He tore his Achilles and kept playing.
Who could you well, he shot a free throw and then he walked off the court.
Right.
Who could you name the NBA comeback player of the year trophy after though? I mean, Derrick Rose, like, I mean, the fact that he got an MVP vote was awesome in my opinion. Just because, like, I'm a Derrick Rose fan.
Do you know how he got the MVP vote?
Yeah, the fans like consensus,
which I think is hilarious because there was no.
Isn't that crazy?
There was no campaign for it. There was no Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, like.
Well, you gotta also think too that it's Chicago, so Chicago fans still love him. I love him. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Like, I had friends that would talk shit about him all the time. Oh, why does he come back? Shut up. And then also you have like the New York franchise. Obviously, they have a huge following. So you have 2 of the largest franchises in the NBA with fan bases that are loyal to players that they actually like. I mean, I was watching Knicks basketball. I was cheering for the Knicks to beat the Hawks because they had Tom Thibodeau as their head coach, Taj Gibson, and Derrick Rose. And actually, the brand of basketball that they played, while slow, is some of the stuff that I enjoyed watching because it's defensive oriented. Yes, it doesn't win in today's NBA because all they like to do is jack 50-foot 3-pointers, but it is what it is.
Bruce, you're just mad you can't jack 50.
Excuse me?
You're just mad you can't jack those 3
Phrasing,
pointers.
sir. Phrasing.
You're the one that said it first, Bruce.
Hey, I said it fast. You stopped at jack, so that's a little effed up.
Bruce, in 1 week, I'm going to be in your house.
That's true.
And I'm going to come beat the crap out of you.
There might be a chance we might be doing this at a bar. Can you imagine if somebody gives us an opportunity to do this at a bar?
Would we do it at night then?
No, we can't do it at night because I have I have my rehearsal dinner
What time's your
Thursday.
rehearsal dinner?
7? Question mark?
Do it after.
Oh, that'd be a late ass show. And I'll probably already be inebriated from my rehearsal dinner.
Perfect.
Oh, geez, no. Perfect. No. My schedule in my mind doesn't work that way anymore, man.
Fine.
So
Do you still want to talk about the Packers? Do you still want to annoy me about that?
hold on. We went on a little tangent there. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, we missed some awards. Okay.
We missed some awards. So I really don't have much to say about the sixth man of the year. What I do find interesting though is Derrick Rose was a finalist for sixth man of the year. However, he was not a part of a finalist for comeback player or most improved player.
Because he
Doesn't have a
wasn't.
comeback player, but most improved player.
Yeah, I don't think he was most improved because most in my mind, I don't like most improved from season to season. I like most improved from best season to best season. And
Okay,
Derrick Rose is nowhere near his best season, so I wouldn't
no,
say
obviously he's an MVP that season, so you're not gonna.
right. So I don't think he should be anywhere near most improved until he goes out there and puts up Steph Curry numbers.
All right, so that being said, I'm gonna hit you now because you're rocking that Warriors jersey.
Yep.
Rocking that Warriors jersey. I got. Is that a Curry jersey too?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a Curry jersey. So that said, how do you feel about Jokic winning the MVP?
I saw a really good comparison recently. Who were like the last 5 MVPs?
Oh, geez. So that is. Hold on. NBA awards last
Oh wait,
5.
no, I remember the comparison. Okay, so Nikola Jokic winning MVP was the same reaction that people had when Matt Ryan won the NFL MVP in 2016. Like by the numbers, they were the best player, but nobody was excited about it. It wasn't unanimous. Nobody really cared. Like they were not the most exciting player at all. They were not the most fun to watch. They just by technicality were the most valuable player, but nobody really cared. That's my comparison. So no offense to Nikola Jokic at all. That's just I saw that comparison and I really liked it
That's okay.
because
I like it. I know what you're saying by it.
yeah.
I got a take that you're gonna like. I think.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were still going. I'm sorry.
No, go for
What?
it.
Uh,
It's my friend Warren. Don't worry about it.
where? Training. What are you training?
The student aids for Bradley.
Oh, oh, let's go. All right. So guys, for those that don't know and that aren't seeing the chat right now, there was someone that comments is joining live from training week, and I was just saying like, let's go. Anyway, good shit by the way. But what I was gonna say was, and I think you'll agree with this. I genuinely think that if the Warriors made the playoffs, Curry would have been MVP.
Like made the playoffs.
Like yeah, like
Six
made the
seed,
playoffs. Not the bullshit play-in stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if they actually were a part of the normal playoff bracket, I think Curry wins MVP or is heavily considered for the MVP award.
Yeah, I agree. Because the narrative I don't like, and I understand it, I just don't like it, is that you can't be valuable if your team is not one of the best in your conference.
Right.
Because generally, if your team is one of the best in your conference, you probably have a better supporting cast. So in my opinion, you are more valuable to a team that overall has a worse record.
Right.
Because Nikola Jokic is playing with Michael Porter Jr., who is pretty close to possibly going to Kevin Durant shot creation. I mean, the man's 6'11", and he can get his shot up from everywhere. And I've watched a few of his games. It looks pretty similar to young Kevin Durant. I don't think he'll ever get to that 32 points per game that KD had in OKC. But you've got a guy like that, right? You've got Jamal Murray, who can go out averaged 20 points per game. Steph Curry didn't have anybody like them. He didn't have a supporting cast. Will Barton, Paul Millsap, even Bol Bol. There's no Bol Bol on the Golden State Warriors. So, I don't know. That's something for me.
There's no Bol Bol.
There's no Bol Bol on the Golden State Warriors. They ain't got no 7'3" Bol Bol.
They ain't got no Bol Bol.
So, to me,
oh shit.
Honestly, what Curry did with the Warriors, to me, is more impressive than what Jokic did with the Nuggets. Because if you took Curry off of the Warriors and you took Jokic off of the Nuggets, which team would you take? The Nuggets, 100 times out of 100. If you took Joel Embiid off the Sixers and Curry off the Warriors, right now, with Clay hurt and all of that, you'd still take the Sixers because they still have Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris. So, Curry led his team to the 7 seed, or to the 8 seed, which normally he would have been in the playoffs, not because of the play-in, whatever. But he led his team to the 8th seed, and when he was on the floor, they were a 53-win team this year, which was better than the Nuggets.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's the way I think of it. I know it's not how most people think of it. There were 5 NBA voters that agreed with me. They gave Curry a first-place vote. I don't know. It's just... And yeah, it's how MVP goes in every league, and that's how it's always gone, and that's probably how... Although baseball doesn't. Baseball will actually give it to the best player, because Mike Trout has won a bunch of MVPs, and the Angels will never be the best team in baseball for a long time.
True.
So, I think...
And he's with them to the end, too, man.
Oh, for sure. He's there for like 15 more years.
Poor guy.
But no, I think more leagues need to vote like Major League Baseball, because they actually give it to the most valuable player that season. Because imagine how bad the Angels would be if you took off Mike Trout for an entire season.
Well, yeah, of course.
Like,
of course.
Whew. But also, I just want to say, I don't know if you remember me saying this about a year ago. I went on a rant. I had like a week where my rant was...
Have we really been doing this for over a year?
Oh, yeah. Bruce leaves me on our anniversary.
I'm back.
Okay, I'm back. Okay.
I that was a great clip, so I'm figuring that.
You're right. But about a year ago...
That's going to look great. Anyway, sorry, continue, please.
About a year ago, I went on a rant about how Shohei Ohtani has the capability to provide more value than Mike Trout. And you know who has more WAR this year than Mike Trout?
Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
Well, you know, that goes along with the same thought process that I was attacked over, not by you, but some people, about how I think the value of Chris Bryant is higher than Javi Baez.
Yeah, because he can play every position.
And I said that on our show, remember?
Yeah.
And you even looked at me a little like cross-eyed, like, come on, bro.
I had to process it because, to be honest, I didn't know before then that Bryant could play every position other than pitcher and catcher.
Right.
Which he can, which is very impressive.
I don't ever remember him touching second base, so he may not have, or short.
No, he's played short.
Has he?
Yeah, if he can play short, he can probably play second.
True. But yeah, man. So
second base is for shortstops with weak arms. Anyway.
Hey, like you said, shout out Randy, happy birthday.
Huh?
Randy, dude, from baseball years ago.
Okay, cool.
Come on.
Okay. You know what time it is, Bruce?
Oh, here we go.
1 second. I have to post this first.
Okay, so real quick, and I think if we're going to transition to what I think we're transitioning into.
Yeah, we are.
All right. Everything that I've been reading and hearing about out of Green Bay, and you can attest to this, is that Jordan Love has not looked good whatsoever. I will say though, yes, but I will say though.
Okay.
Am I inaccurate in what I'm saying?
I mean, there's been 2 days of training camp. He wasn't great the first day, and he was so great yesterday that literally everyone in their press conference would not shut up about him. So
So,
I wouldn't say after 2 days that he has not been great at all, not been good at all. But
but
anyway,
that being said, but still, regardless of that, I would still rather have Aaron Rodgers there.
well,
But
yeah. Thank you, Sherlock Holmes.
I
I
digress.
appreciate that breakdown. Good job.
Hey, you know what?
You are ESPN ready.
Oh man, you guys see this? MJ Hurley, the fandom in him is totally coming out. The anger about the Green Bay Packers. And why are
Because that was just a stupid thing to say.
all Green Bay Packer fans all the same? You guys
That
get
was
so
just a stupid. Okay, Bears fans just smash beers on their head and scream boo-hoo.
Look at this. See.
If you're gonna bait me into it, then yeah, I'll do it.
I already told you. I've had a shit team since 1985, basically. Aside from like one Super Bowl year, it's been the same story for Chicago for years. So hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Like this skin is hard and tough as all hell because of all the
Bruce,
shit.
I grew up in Chicago.
So that being
You
said,
remember?
hold on.
You know that, right?
No.
I
But
grew
the
up with this
nice
BS.
thing about what you're able to do, though, is you're able to say to people that are assholes, like me sometimes, is say, I've had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, been to the Super Bowl multiple times, only won one. However, that's more that like just 2, excuse me. But that's only what I meant was one more than what the Bears have won. And in the Super Bowl era, yes.
You realize the Packers started the Super Bowl era with 2
Yes,
wins, you idiot.
You realize the Bears started the NFL, whatever. In any case, though, they're one of the charter franchises.
Yeah, it was the Bears and the Packers. You don't get to pull
Whatever.
that on a Packers fan.
Actually, it was the Staley's, but I digress again.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Packers won Super Bowl 1 and 2. The Packers won Bruce, the Packers won Super Bowl 1 and 2. You don't even start with me on the Packers only have 1 Super Bowl.
So, 1 real Super Bowl. Anyway, I'm messing with you. Stop. I'm messing.
4.
I'm messing.
You
Stop.
Fool.
Anyways, I digress more. Why do I keep saying that?
I don't know.
But in all seriousness, though, I want to gauge the fan base of Green Bay right now and how do you feel as a fan base watching Jordan Love and seeing articles about Jordan Love while Aaron Rodgers is doing his thing with his new girlfriend, hanging out, not reporting to camp. Although I will say at least the wide receivers decided to report some mandatory practice. But I don't know. How you feeling, man?
I want to find Ryan Wood, who's one of the Packers beat writers, did a very scientific poll the other day.
Scientific poll? What was that saying?
Not scientific at all. It was a Twitter poll. So he said curious what Packers fans think after Aaron Rodgers officially became a holdout for the first time in his career today. Who do you blame for the current stalemate between the team and its MVP quarterback? 4 options. We have Aaron Rodgers, the Packers, both but more Rodgers, both but more Packers. So 16% apiece said Rodgers and the Packers solely. So completely split 16-16 said Rodgers, 16 said Packers, but none for the other side.
Disagree.
31% said both but more Packers.
Disagree.
And 36% said both but more Rodgers.
Although, okay, continue. Like, all right, so I'll take away what I just said there. I don't disagree with that. Actually, I don't.
So that's where the fan base is right now on assigning blame.
It is more the Packers.
Really, Bruce?
It is. How is it not? They haven't supported like Aaron Rodgers at all. How do you think that they've supported Aaron Rodgers? Okay, like genuinely speaking, without attacking me, because I know this is exactly what you're going to do right now. This is a genuine question. How have the Green Bay Packers gone out to support Aaron Rodgers, but yet they have never drafted a skill position player in the first round ever, aside from a quarterback, with him as the quarterback, starting quarterback?
His favorite receivers ever have all been drafted in the second round. You don't need to draft a skill position player in the first round. So here's my thing. I absolutely hate the narrative that they have not helped Aaron Rodgers. They had the best offense in the NFL by far last year. You're telling me they didn't help Aaron Rodgers? He has the best wide receiver in football, the best left tackle in football. Arguably, what will probably be a top 5 running back duo in football. He had the best offensive line in the NFL last year. Really? They're not helping Aaron Rodgers? They have created an offense that allowed him to rejuvenate his career because he was going downhill. He was not able to run a traditional West Coast style offense anymore because his footwork got lazy. He just wasn't himself. He was able to go into an offense where he was then the MVP, and they had the best offense in football. So if you're going to tell me they have not helped Aaron Rodgers, if you want to go with the narrative that I built in one of my stories recently, that starting in 2016, Brian Gutekunst started to get rid of all of Aaron Rodgers' friends, that's a different story. If you want to go with a personal slight, I'm okay with that. But there may be a perceived professional slight between the Packers and Aaron Rodgers, but there should not be. They have helped Aaron Rodgers. They have tried so hard. Their offense has always been really good, and so they've tried so hard. You know why they haven't drafted a skill position in the first round, Bruce? Because with how freaking bad that defense has been, it would be idiotic to spend first-round capital on anything other than premium defensive positions.
I'll agree with that.
There's a reason we keep drafting corners in the first round, because we don't have corners. So we have Jair Alexander now. We drafted him in the first round in 2018. We drafted Darnell Savage in the first round in 2019. We're building defense through the first round, and you know why the Packers keep not making the Super Bowl? Because of their defense, not because of their offense. Packers have helped Aaron Rodgers on the offensive end, and they try on the defensive end. They have just failed there. So they went out. They spent more money in free agency after the 2019 season than they have in Aaron Rodgers' entire career. So they're not helping Aaron Rodgers? Really?
So do you think it's a narrative from the outside? Because, like, not being a fan of the Packers. Mm-hmm. So do you think it's a more of a narrative from a national standpoint that puts more blame on the franchise than they actually, in regards to not Aaron Rodgers? Do you think it's more of a national narrative than it is a more centric Green Bay narrative for the fan base?
Yes. So, I don't know if you saw, but Mark Murphy, the Packers president CEO, he writes a column, I don't know what you want to call it, to the fans once a month that they put on Packers.com. And he said, and ESPN jumped on this and did a very bad job reporting, and I am now very much not a fan of Adam Schefter.
Work for them, dude. You never know someday.
I mean, if I do, that's great, but I am not a fan of how they've handled this situation. Just straight up bad reporting. So Mark Murphy said in his column that the Aaron Rodgers situation has divided the fan base. Well, yeah, that's true. You can see from that poll on Twitter, and you can see if you read, if you read anything, the Packers fan base is divided. Most issues, if you take a team star player and polarize it, it's going to divide the fan base. That's just kind of how sports work. So
this is also a Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Exactly. He's basically on the Mount Rushmore of greatest quarterbacks ever.
Exactly. So yeah, it's going to be polarizing. ESPN put on their headline on their ticker for the day, Mark Murphy, Aaron Rodgers has divided our fan base.
So
that's not what he said. He said the Aaron Rodgers situation has divided the fan base.
It's manipulation to get more views. It's
exactly. And then Adam Schefter has the audacity to go on national television.
Calling out the big guy.
He has the audacity to go on national television and say with a straight face that the Green Bay Packers would be the worst team in football. I believe he said one of the worst teams in football, but since he likes manipulating words, I will too. He said that they will be the worst team in football if Aaron Rodgers is not there. I'm sorry. We have the best corner in football, the best wide receiver in football, the best left tackle in football. Really? We have a offense that took Jimmy Garoppolo and Jared Goff to the Super Bowl. You don't think Jordan Love would at least get a 500 record? That's not a thing anymore. But you don't think he would at
It's
least
not.
get them to 8-9, 9-8? Really, Adam Schefter?
So, do you
Really?
think? So, all right. So here, okay. So I'm gonna jump off that. I'm gonna jump off that. If Aaron Rodgers does not play for the Packers this year,
Yeah.
like to me, I like in my personal opinion, if he doesn't play for the Packers, he's just in general not playing. I think he sits out the season.
I agree. Yeah.
So that said, I don't think the Packers win the NFC North. I don't. Like,
I think that's contingent on how soon Justin Fields plays and how much the
that's
Bears
fair.
ruin him.
I don't think they will, because I think it might be. I think it might be a situation where he might be too good to ruin.
I honestly hope he is.
But also, so like that's not where I was going with that
Yeah.
whatsoever. But what I wanted to say though was, if the Packers don't retain, or if Aaron Rodgers doesn't return to the Packers, I think it's going to be the Bears Vikings. I do. I think it's going to be between the Bears and Vikings.
I think the benefit is Packers don't face any good quarterback that Jordan Love has to match till like week 7. He has time to kind of learn himself in. And again, I will repeat, he's running an offense that took Jared Goff and Jimmy Garoppolo to the Super Bowl. So if you're telling me Jordan Love can't at least get them to 9-8, which would probably at least be within a game of first place in the NFC North, if not first place. Because if you're telling me, Bruce, that Justin Fields in his first year is going to make the Bears more than a win or two better.
I'm not relying on Justin Fields solely to make the Bears like just ridiculous.
Okay,
I think Justin Fields. Hold on. I think Justin Fields is able to stabilize the ship, because I don't think Mitchell Trubisky wasn't as much of a fan as and how much I liked the kid.
Yeah.
You will admit it right now that Justin Fields is a better quarterback than Mitchell Trubisky.
Well, yeah, no duh.
Okay, so the Bears were 8-8 the past 2 years with Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles as their starting quarterbacks.
So best case,
I would venture out to say that Justin Fields is a better quarterback than both of them.
Yeah,
100%. So you have a defense, hopefully, that gets. And I don't like using this term because I think it's such a bullshit cop-out term, but you're going to see a defense that might be inspired by having a better quarterback at that position, which is true.
Yeah, just like Tom Brady has inspired his defense for 21 years.
I know, I did say that, and look how great that defense was. Anyway, but
you said that after the season.
Whatever. But anyway, but you're also comparing a Hall of Famer to a rookie quarterback, and that's not. But I really genuinely think though that they should be better with Justin Fields as quarterback over Mitchell Trubisky, because Mitchell Trubisky is fucking.
But here's my point. The Packers roster is better. And so if I'm going to take
offensively, yes, I agree with that. I will take the Packers offense right now as is, with just looking at names. I will totally take, or looking at names, solely looking at names, not looking at stats from last year or anything. I will totally take the Packers offense.
So if I need a quarterback in his first year to succeed, I will take the Packers.
No. Jordan Love over Justin Fields.
If I need a quarterback to succeed in an offense, I'm saying the Packers have a system. Okay, Bruce. You realize.
Oh my God!
Bruce,
Hold on.
look at me.
Know what you're saying.
Bruce, look at me. Calm down.
Know what you're saying.
I'm not even talking about the quarterback. I don't care who the quarterback is.
You're talking about the system.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you put Justin Fields in the Packers system and Jordan Love in the Bears system, yeah, I'd take Justin Fields.
So how about this? We'll do this.
Right now, I would take Justin Fields over Jordan Love. Yes. Every day of the week.
So what I'm saying is, like, if you compare rosters right now, like quarterback to Justin Fields might be, if Aaron Rodgers does not play, I would argue the point that Justin Fields is the best quarterback in that division.
Most talented. Numbers won't be the best, but yeah, most talented. Kirk Cousins will have better numbers because he has better weapons, but yeah.
Right. I agree.
I agree. And I'd probably put Jordan Love second most talented.
I agree. I think him and Goff would be like
Yeah, and probably at the beginning it'd be fairly even, and by the end of the season he would be
you
pretty
know we're betting
decently
on
above
this.
Jared Goff.
You know we're gonna bet on this.
If Love actually ends up playing, yeah, I'll bet on it.
Yeah, 100%. Like
Yeah.
if Love ends up playing as a starting quarterback for the Packers, we
Yeah.
are totally betting on this shit.
No, and this is not my fandom at all. Like I would legit if I was to freak out about Jordan Love, I would freak out and you would see it. But
That's fair.
they
I don't like
drafted him for a reason. They drafted him because he has a very similar skill set to what Aaron Rodgers had coming out of college. I saw a lot of the tape from yesterday, and I saw what he was able to do with the first team wide receivers, and it was very impressive. One of the reasons he sucked in the first day of training camp was because Adams wasn't doing anything. He was still working with the backup wide receivers. Adams, MVS, and Lazard were not running anything the first day.
right.
So he was going against first team defense with third team wide receivers.
Right.
And granted, that's his first day of full 11 on 11 NFL work. Yeah, I expect him to be bad. It would honestly be kind of weird if he wasn't.
I'm gonna tell you
Right?
right now.
Just from a logical perspective, your first day running 11 on
I
11
agree.
against one of the best corners in the NFL, two of the best pass, or one of the best pass, I hate Preston Smith, one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, Zadarius Smith, who's
Yeah, but it
second
was
in pressures
interesting.
last year. Like, yeah, that's going to be a little hard.
Like he's been in the system for how long now? 2 years, right?
Jordan
2, 3
Love,
years?
he's never
Yeah.
had a training camp.
But he knows the system.
He's never had a rep. So yeah, he knows the system
He knows the
conceptually.
system.
But before this
I
summer,
don't think he has an excuse to suck. I'm sorry, I don't. Because if you're over, because like everything that I read, he was
Bruce.
overthrowing balls. He
Okay.
was missing. He was missing targets on routes. Like that's just not.
Bruce,
Sorry,
it was
man.
one day. You're overreacting over one day.
I don't know, man.
Bruce,
It's,
it was,
it's scary.
and then yesterday,
It's
he
scary.
missed 2 total throws. Yesterday. So
Let's
let's
see what you can
overreact
say.
over that. He's better than Aaron Rodgers. Like, what?
I never said that he's the most terrible quarterback. I just think that Green Bay Packer fans, including you, are going to come down to earth this year when Aaron Rodgers doesn't play, bro.
You think he's not going
Ooh.
to play?
Yeah, he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna play. Dude. Do you think he's gonna play
Yeah.
for the Packers?
Yes, he has been using all of his friends to walk himself back to say it's fixable. James Jones went on Colin Cowherd the other day. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers has been walking himself back using his friends in the last month. He doesn't care missing $50,000 not showing up to
Right. No.
mandatory OTAs.
So
He
here's
doesn't care.
my next question for you. If you were the Packers and were offered if you were the owner of the Packers and you could make this decision, would you trade Aaron Rodgers for future draft picks and like a couple players?
Yes.
And
Get
in
out
the
get out of my house.
trade him to the AFC.
Yeah, send him to Denver, give me Bradley Chubb, Jerry Jeudy, and 2 first-round picks, and I'll call it a day. I don't even want any of your trash
That'd be a
quarterbacks.
fucking haul.
I don't even want any of your trash quarterbacks.
That would be I wouldn't either. But that would be a haul though. There is no way that the Broncos would agree to that.
No,
but
it would end up being Von Miller, Jerry Jeudy,
Yeah.
and a couple picks because you have to do
that would be
you have to do Von Miller for the salary cap reasons. But
that'd be a beast of a haul though if you decide to do that. But
yeah, and
all right,
they should accept nothing less.
I'm
But
gonna
no.
make a shift, buddy. I'm gonna make a shift.
Okay.
The Chicago Bears have officially signed Justin Fields to a 4-year, $18.8 million contract. I'm going to tell you right now, I am absolutely excited, pumped. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch this guy freaking tear shit up in the NFC North. I can't wait to have some fun, to see a decision on a quarterback made that was a good one. You know what's crazy? Top five jerseys being sold right now in the NFL.
You said this last week.
I know, but I'm going to continue to say it.
Yeah, it's because Bears fans are
You think it's just Bears fans
very
though?
excited. What?
You think it's just Bears fans buying that jersey? I think it's people that are Justin Fields supporters.
Bruce, how many White Claws have you had?
Just one. But think of it. Okay, so think of it like this though too. Hear me out on this. So I truly believe that. So by the way, his contract includes $11,085,056 signing bonus. Nice. So that's all that guaranteed piece. But no, my biggest thing, to be honest with you, is a lot of younger people in the younger generations now, and this isn't including you, by the way, but you'll be able to like understand this thought. They don't necessarily follow teams anymore. A lot more of the younger generation follow players.
Yes, but I've not seen a single person be like, huh, bought a Justin Fields jersey. Hashtag Ohio State. Like,
I've never seen anyone say like, "I've bought a Steph Curry jersey." Hashtag Davidson.
I was wondering if you were gonna pick me.
I had to go back and I had to go back there a little bit. I had to go back.
Well,
I was like,
no,
is
but
it
like, I've seen Bears fans that I know are Bears fans post, I got my Justin Fields jersey.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But I have not seen a single person who is just like a football fan post, I got a Justin Fields jersey. Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Why would you do that?
Controversy. You're making controversy, okay, Dick? But but generally speaking, I think it's a very exciting. Although the other two jerseys are Tim Tebow, so
That's
yeah.
I would buy a Tim Tebow jersey for the meme.
Dude,
I would buy a Tim Tebow jersey for the meme 100%.
That's great. But no, honestly, I actually think that it's just very exciting for a fan base that's been craving a competent quarterback.
Yes.
And
and I will say this. Just from a football purist perspective, and even from a fan perspective, is it fun to watch the Packers beat the crap out of the Bears every time they play? Yes, I get enjoyment out of it.
right.
However, I think you and I would both agree that I would love to see 10, 15 years of Jordan Love and Justin Fields going at each other.
It'd be awesome. It'd be fun.
It would make...
But I don't think Jordan Love's going to touch Justin Fields. Let's go!
I love Bruce making outlandish predictions before he even sees either.
I love it. Isn't it great?
Preseason game.
Hey, everything.
I would understand if Jordan Love had an awful preseason game and Justin Fields looked like the second coming of Michael Vick, but oh my gosh!
You know what I'm actually like really looking forward to, though, as pathetic as this sounds, is I'm actually looking forward to preseason football.
That is very pathetic.
Like, honestly, I look forward to it. Period. I do look forward to like football because like you're like, yeah, football, but obviously like it's guys trying to like make the team, guys trying to make it into the NFL, just in general. But you know, ooh.
Well, I would say this.
I know you see that.
Yes, I know the quotes that he's talking about, and honestly, I think you would like it, Bruce, because I think you would like Jordan Love's mentality. Rodgers isn't there right now, so to Jordan Love, he's the starter.
Yeah, 100%.
So Jordan Love is walking the walk, he's talking the talk, and he's gonna lead the team until Rodgers is there. So I love the mentality. Is it unsupported on the field so far because he hasn't even taken a preseason snap? Yes. But if he can go out there and lead the team, I mean, you got to lead the team on the training camp field before you can lead them on the real one. So, and that starts with being the guy in the media, talking the talk. Yeah, so, hopefully, obviously his play is not anywhere near Rodgers yet. It took Rodgers 6 years after he got drafted to win an MVP. So, I'm not going to... That's why I'm trying really hard to be as rational and calm as possible with Jordan Love. And I've literally told Packers fans, if they were to trade Aaron Rodgers, absolutely suck this year, I mean not even be anywhere close to contention. And that means I get 15 years of Super Bowl contention after that. Give it to me every day of the week.
It's the same thing with the Cubs when the Cubs like decide to like trash their team back in like the early 2010s.
Exactly. So, yeah,
So
if we need to trade, and that's what I've kept asking Packers fans, and that's how you can tell who's a Packers fan and who's a Rodgers fan.
right.
Because if they're a Packers fan, they'll say yes. But if they're an Aaron Rodgers fan, they'll be like, no, I want him to stay.
Right.
I don't care
but
if he stays. Like I said before.
Time, it's very tough to watch a quarterback that's gave you potential for the past, 15 years?
Yep.
12,
it's
15 years?
very hard. And I've grown up on Aaron Rodgers. You know, I remember a little bit of Brett Favre. But I was only 8 years old when he left. So, you know, the one, like, real Brett Favre memory I have, and I've told this story before, when after the NFC Championship game at the end of the 2007 season, I cried, and my dad yelled at me.
So you want to know my favorite Brett Favre memory? Like, legit, my all-time favorite Brett Favre memory.
Yes.
It was the weekend after his dad passed away.
Oh, the Raiders game?
A Monday Night Football game against the Raiders.
Yep.
I watched that game, and it was awesome. It was incredible. Like, it was like he couldn't miss. He couldn't miss. But anyway, but I take away from what we're talking about right now. I apologize.
That's okay.
Dude, so I heard a stat. I heard a stat about what's his face, Justin Fields. And this isn't the barometer that you want to necessarily use because Mitchell Trubisky was on this same board as well as Patrick Mahomes, but so Justin Fields was the number one ranked like accuracy per attempts, whatever. I can't remember the name of the metric. But yeah, right. Justin Fields was number 1. Mitchell Trubisky was number 8. And what's his face? Patrick Mahomes was like 14th or something. I can't remember the number for Mahomes, but when I heard that, I was like, "Damn!"
Yeah, the only thing that worries me about that
it's college. It's a college metric.
No, not even that. The only thing that worries me about that is if you're too safe.
Right.
I want you to take those shots.
I don't know, but you know what though? Watching Justin Fields play against like Clemson, Alabama's, and like top tier like teams, being able to be a part of the national spotlight, I like that. Trubisky never,
That's true.
He never had any of that. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens.
So the last thing I will say.
Thank you. It was 16th. Mahomes was 16th.
Okay. The last thing I'll say is along the lines of hoping that Love and Fields will go at each other for the next 10, 15 years. What you tagged me in, I think in the last week, was the clip of Justin Fields. I think it was the Bears QB coach. It was one of the Bears coaches talking to Justin Fields. Asked him who his
I love that.
Who his center at Ohio State was. Fields goes, it was Josh Myers. Coach asked if he was a senior. Fields said yes. Coach said, "Where did he get drafted?" And Fields goes, "Yeah, to the wrong team."
I love that.
I love it. Because
it's not like that. Like you can't not like that.
And you can't teach that.
No.
You know, to some extent you can learn the culture, but Fields knew his first day, we hate the Packers, and I love it.
Fun.
I love it 100%. So if I get to see Jordan Love versus Justin Fields for the next 10, 15 years, I will love it. And if that means Aaron Rodgers needs to get traded, then send him to Denver right now.
And you know damn well Justin Fields is going to dominate that matchup. Thank you.
With that, I'm going to kick Bruce out of this meeting. So let's just...
Hey, next week we're live, dude. Together. That's pretty fucked up.
That way I get to beat the crap out of you in person.
You're going to see like me.
I'm just going to shove. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Bruce, it's been a pleasure as always, like you said. Next week we will be in person, probably in the morning again. I have to wake up for that.
You do, you do. Hey, and guess
Oh my
what? This will be my
gosh.
last show as technically a single man.
Next week, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and then we'll see if we can go live from the wedding.
For a little bit. We'll go live for the wedding for a little bit.
Couple minutes.
That's gonna be hilarious. Hey, so y'all check that out.
I should
We're gonna
honestly, you know, and I think Eric would love this. I'll just set up a table, and all your friends can come debate me.
Yeah, done. Done. That'd be hilarious. Talk shit.
I think Paige would hurt me if I like didn't hang out with her the entire reception.
We just sit there and like talk.
But
Dude,
do you know how much fun that would be?
oh
Like you
my
get
god.
all of your friends, you can get 5 minutes apiece to argue.
Dude, I know who would dominate that whole argument.
Eric?
Yup.
Yeah. That I said that with him in mind, but yeah.
That's great. That's great. But hey, man, awesome job. I can't wait for next week, live in person.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
try to see if we can do it somewhere. If not, it's going to be here.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk once we
Yeah,
go
yeah.
off about technology and all that good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Good stuff. Thanks, guys, for watching. Much appreciated. Go Bears, go Bulls, go Cubs, go. Bye.
Goodbye.